A delightful morning to everyone. It is said that unity is strength. When there is collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved. With this note, I, Dr. Vishal Vadazkar, would like to give my heartiest welcome to our chief guest, CA Subhi Balasubramaniam, all other dignitaries including Dr. A.B. Rao, Dr. M.M. Salunkhe, CA Ashok Bhansali, Dr. Satish Marathe, Dr. Ganesh Rao, Dr. Meghna Bhilare, various dean directors, faculty members of various institutes and students of MBA and MCA from various institutes attending this corporate executive series organized by Forum of Industry and Institutes in academic collaboration with DPU DYPIMR Pimpri. Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research, that is popularly known as DYPIMR, is a premium institution of management and computer education in Pune for past 26 years. DYPIMR functions under the well-known higher education brand of Dr. D.Y. Patil Unitech Society, Pune, under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Chairman, Dr. P.D. Patil, and Secretary, Dr. Somnath Patil. DYPIMR offers MBA and MCA programs which are affiliated to the nationally renowned Savitribai Phule Pune University. DYPIMR is accredited A grade by NAC and also accredited by NBA. DYPIMR is also an awardee of Best College Award by Savitribai Phule Pune University. I would like to congratulate the entire faculty and staff of DYPIMR for its outstanding achievements so far, and also specially acknowledge Director of DYPIMR, Dr. Meghna Bhilare, for associating DYPIMR with Forum of Industry and Institutions, that is F.I.I, as an academic partner in its endeavor to bridge the gap between industry and academia through a corporate executive series, which is being launched from today. So with this brief background of DYPIMR, I would take utmost pride in introducing a personality, CA Ashok Bhansali. We feel honored to have with us CA Ashok Bhansali. Sir, you have made all of us proud by your distinguished work in numerous capacities. CA Ashok Bhansali, sir, is a man of distinct vision and a fountainhead of illuminating ideas. Presently, he is virtual CFO and blockchain evangelist of Strategic Interventions Private Limited and a member of Academic Review Committee of Symbiosis International University. Sir is dealing with digital transformation, blockchain, robotic process automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, strategic financial management, CFO services, finance consultant, and training for leading industrial and academic organizations. Sir also has helped many organizations grow their revenues and control cost through strategic financial management. His core expertise areas are in consulting in strategic financial management like virtual CFO services, interim CFO, corporate training, and management development programs, digital transformations, internal audit, standard operating procedures, and many more. Now I request C. Ashok Bansali to help us know more about Forum of Industry and Institutes, that is F.I.I, and its endeavor of Industry Connect. Sir, shall we give screen sharing option to you, or do you want us to show your presentation?
You could give the screen sharing to me, no problem.
Sure, sir. Ravi sir, please give screen sharing option to C. Ashok Bansali, sir.
Okay, sir.
So, thank you, Vishal, for introducing the forum, and a very warm welcome to all, and especially our distinguished guests. So, I begin with saying, Guru Govind dono khade taake lagu paaye, Balihari Guru aapki jo Govind jo bataye. It's a great honor to be presenting in front of my own Guru, Dr. A.B. Rao, both academic and spiritual guru for me, and we learned a lot from him. And I also welcome all the distinguished guests, Dr. Salum K, C.A. Subramaniam, and all the participants and members of the F.I.I. It is indeed a great privilege to speak with all this august audience about F.I.I. So, what exactly is F.I.I? So, F.I.I is a forum which attempts to bridge the gap between the industry and academia or the institutions which are involved with the dissemination of knowledge to all who want to receive it. Yes, and uh, and basically the purpose of FII is to bridge the gap, and so that the pedagogy of the education institutions is aligned with the contemporary requirements of the present day order, so that we avoid any known or unknown future shocks. Okay, because you know there's always going to be some certainties and some uncertainties which come, be it in the macro environment or the economic environment, or be it in the physical environment, which we have all experienced so far. So the FII is important both for the aspiring students or the people who want to study management and how to manage companies, and even present students who are on their career paths. Okay, so and it also will try to see how sustainable jobs and value can be created for all those who are involved with the business world and the corporate world. Okay, so you may ask why at all this bridge and the sustainable connectivity between industry and institutions are required or is important. Okay, this bridge is important so that the industry personnel bring their valuable experience and insights of what is required in the contemporary economic world and order, and uh, and the industry in turn also relies on the institutions for their knowledge and research, and the research insights in order to create innovative new products and services, as well as make our existing products and services more efficient. So it's absolutely a symbiotic relationship between the four walls of the classroom, or now through the virtual mode, and the industry, and so that both can fuel each other's sustainable growth. That is what this FII is generally about. And so education becomes more practical, and the exposure to management and the real life stories is coming from the industry, and so that we can better address our contemporary matters or problems which we have. Okay, so this is a very important forum because the both fuels each other for their sustainable growth. So I'll just share my screen, the small presentation I have. So welcome once again to all of you to the Forum of Industry and Institutes. And as you can see in the logo, it's basically a handshake between industry and institutions. So it's an initiative to bridge the gap between industry and institutions. And it's an open forum for industry leaders, managers, associates, students, present and future, teachers, lecturers, professors, postdoctoral researchers, academicians, thought leaders, authors, and scholars, or anyone who wants to contribute to society. So we want to come together, collaborate, as my earlier speaker, Vishal, also mentioned, create value in this symbiotic relationship where each fuels the other for mutual benefit. That is exactly the purpose of the FII. One could ask, is the Industry Institute Nexus new? Well, no, it is not new. We all know that the nexus between the academia industry is not new, but only with the right strategy, enterprises in both the arena will prosper as well as fuel each other's sustainable growth. So this handshake or this collaboration is very important for all the stakeholders. It is indeed a symbiotic relationship. So the formation of F.I.I. Came out as a brainchild, is an attempt to foster this relationship and to create a sustainable ecosystem with a win-win approach for success. That said, the rationale is basically to that the industry and institutes they really have and benefit from each other, because the academia and industry are intertwined and interconnected. The academia produces graduates who are absorbed by industry. The industry, on the other hand, looks to academia for solutions and to their concerns, which they can address, and how they can effectively manage their business. Fueled with this need is the aggressive digital transformation, which has disrupted all that we have done in the earlier periods. And this digital transformation brings with it various new emerging technologies, which changes the way we work, live, communicate, and transact. Okay, so that is the important part, which now we have to keep in mind, is the technology innovation and the aggressive digital transformation. That said, somebody has to mute, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, very briefly, what we look up here is corporate tie-ups with academia. It could be phase one partnerships or initial partnerships to understand each other. It could be partnerships across various strands, be it higher education, be it schools, be it providing training links, professional and technical skills. Research partnerships, research proposals on what is the need of the industry and how can academia address those needs by important insights and studies which the research brings. And of course, the professional and technical skills upgradation, because it's an era where you have to unlearn, relearn, and upskill. And that said, it is a two-way street, as I said, and that's how it creates the symbiotic relation between institutions and industry. Okay, but just to keep in mind, how can or what will ensure a sustainable partnership? The sustainable partnership will depend upon both the partners, both sides coming together, the corporate and the other partners, the educational institutions coming together, which will substantially enhance the impact and scope of the initiative. We all have to keep an open mind, because these are changing times and the travails of a new order. And this association will certainly be mutually beneficial, and the program too will greatly benefit from their knowledge and expertise which they both bring on the table. And also, it's not just discussion or implementation, it's also a post-program evaluation and how the value creation is created as the key for sustainable partnership. That said, let's come to the benefits. What are the benefits for the industry? Pool of highly qualified resources such as researchers and students, use of expensive research infrastructure, which is a part of the educational institutions. It is estimated that studies that 10% of the innovative products and services emanate from the contribution of academic research. So it's a huge contribution to the economy, to the welfare of all stakeholders. What are the benefits for institutions or institutes or the educational institutions? Academia always looks for additional funding, so it's a source of additional funding, and also access to industry equipment, which can be done for live projects or research. And also in the academia can get income from licensing or patenting their research. In fact, collaboration with industry has become an inevitable part of the institute's funding. In most of the universities and education institutions, industry has become an important financial partner as well. Who are the you may ask, who are the torch bearers? Well, I think everybody in the society, you, me, everybody are torch bearers, but specifically the industry leaders, the management gurus, thought leaders, innovators and technology evangelists. We cannot, ignore innovation. The entrepreneurs, the startups, legendary academicians, researchers, students, faculty, institutions, managers of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and last but not the least, all of you. What could be the industry expectations? The industry expectations is that we have market-aligned courses, we develop skilled manpower, solutions for their concerns, and operational approach to solve their decision-making and problems. The institute expectation is that they get funding for an infrastructure, equal partnership, a placement opportunity for all the students, and feasible goals. And I think this defines the symbiotic relationship, and by meeting these expectations, we can enhance that partnership. Well, the future is definitely unknown, but we have to focus our lens to avoid the future shock. With that said, I come to and towards the end by a quote from Henry Ford: "Coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success." I thank you for your patient listening. If there are any questions, we'll probably take it at the end. I hand over the mic to my proceedings to Dr. Vishal. And
Yeah.
if you want to keep in touch, these are my coordinates. And this is the start of a journey and not a destination. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your words of wisdom and briefing us about F.I.I. India. An idol of knowledge and experience and inspiration to all of us is a versatile personality, Dr. M.M. Salunkhe. We welcome you, sir. Sir obtained his doctoral degree in organic chemistry in 1979 from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He worked as Vice Chancellor of Shivaji University, Kolhapur for 5 years. During his tenure as Vice Chancellor in Shivaji University, he undertook a number of reforms in various fields of the university. Sir served as the first Vice Chancellor of Central University of Rajasthan for 5 years and established a new university with strong academic foundation. Sir worked as Vice Chancellor of Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik for 2 years. He also worked as Vice Chancellor of Symbiosis University of Applied Sciences for 1 year. Currently, Sir is Vice Chancellor of prestigious Bharati Vidyapit deemed to be university. The research interest of Dr. M.M. Salunkhe includes areas such as polymeric reagents, oligonucleotides, and ionic liquids, in which he has made important contributions. He has more than 150 research publications and 1 patent to his credit, most of them being in international journals of high impact factors. He has guided 38 research students for their doctoral degrees and has participated in more than 40 national and 10 international conferences. He has postdoctoral research experience of having worked at Weizmann Institute of Science at Israel, Institute for Organic Chemie, Universität Wien, Austria, Northwestern University, USA, and Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. He has delivered invited lectures, attended conferences, and chaired scientific sessions in several countries, including UK, Israel, West Germany, Japan, Czechoslovakia, Australia, etc. For his numerous contributions, he has received Best Teacher Award of the Government of Maharashtra, among several others. We are fortunate that Dr. M.M. Salunkhe is gracing this event as a keynote speaker. Now, I would like to request Sir to deliver his keynote address.
Very good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Legendary management guru, Dr. A.B. Raoji, who is responsible to develop management schools in Bharati Vidyapit. C.A. Balasubramanianji, C.A. Ashok Bansalji, who has introduced about this particular forum. We have also with us Dr. Vishal from DYPIMR and Dr. Satish Marathi, dear participants, friends. It is indeed pleasure to be part of this corporate executive series 2021. In collaboration with Forum of Industry Institute India and DYPIMR as academic partner. I will try to give some perspective about industry academia partnership. Education in general contributes to overall development of society. It enhances productivity of the material system, improves the quality of manpower, enriches cultural content, and makes societal governance more accessible, acceptable, and effective. Relatively, higher education is supposed to account for major portion of this phenomenon. Most of the reputed universities traditionally located in urban metropolitan areas tend to have greater interaction with industry. Pune is the right place, trade, service, and profession. Their mutual benefits are quite obvious and predominantly commercial. Normally, in such collaborations, research projects are undertaken for which industry business provide required finances, and at the end result are used by industry to improve the quality of product, to reduce the cost of the production, and enhance the precision and homogeneity in the output, and which has been explained by C.A. Bansaliji. These things are naturally increased productivity of the industry, where investment in research turns out to be very small fraction as proportion of additional profits. However, whether this kind of collaboration between industry and academia takes into consideration its effects on generation of employment opportunity, wider access to the disabled sections of the society, both to education as well as the benefits of the research output, is not very clear. It is felt that these are not the major considerations in the case of traditional industry academia interactions. During recent years, the focus in the field of growth of economics has shifted from mere increase in wealth to greater equalization in distribution of benefits flowing from increased wealth. Moreover, both in academics as well as in the politics, the concept of inclusive growth has assumed great policy significance. It is clear that the traditional pattern of university industry interaction will not be very much socially relevant if this interaction is supposed to result into inclusive growth. In India, most of the universities established after 1960 have semi-urban, predominantly in rural areas. This needs to be kept in mind. I was served as a Vice Chancellor in Shivaji University, and I would like to share my experience in Shivaji University regarding industry academia partnership. Shivaji University, established in 1962, is one of the such post-independence university. It has total rural dominant surrounding in terms of location of affiliated units, percentage of rural students, percentage of poor students, as well as percentage of reserve category students. This profile becomes more dragging when we realize that these areas are industries are more or less underdeveloped. Trade is very slow, which does not reach the villages. Professional manpower is limited and modern services not accessible. Also, in this particular area, there is a serious lack of employment opportunities. All these factors collectively contribute to socio-economic profile of the society characterized by mutually reinforcing social and economic exclusion and variety of disabilities in terms of caste, religion, income, education, inequality, and employment. It It is against this green background, such universities will have to use unique and innovative ways for interaction with industry and business. So I thought we should consider conceptual framework, which has already explained by Bansaliji. Industry-university interaction normally collaborative activity involving industry universities for education, research, and training purposes takes the following forms. Industry identifies specific practical problem involving design, fabrication, and actual production in terms of some plant machinery equipment, and assigns some department of the university to conduct research, hand over the results to the industry in return for certain investment or an arrangement for regular cost reimbursement. Similar collaborations for development of seed, fertilizer, chemical being chemistry, I can talk more about that. Collaboration for quality control, collaboration for manpower training, collaboration for market research, collaboration for pure and fundamental research, and end result which eventually turn in economically feasible, marketable, and socially required goods and services. It seems that these collaborations aims to foster the institutionalized production of commercially relevant knowledge. Now, I will, and this should lead to the inclusive growth. And this is very important, and that's why we thought that we'll try to have some project in Kolhapur. Kolhapur is famous for Kolhapuri chappals, and they manufacture Kolhapuri chappal with the traditional way. And we thought, and traditional way, there are issues about the environmental problem. And being a chemist, I thought we should try to do something for these leather artisans. And this will be possible only when we collaborate with some uh, institute, because industry, they are very poor people. If I would like to collaborate, how the research will be done, and they need some kind of training. And that's why we thought we'll collaborate with Central Leather Research Institute in Chennai. And it is a, this is a CSIR laboratory of Government of India, and I could contact them, and I would like to share some of the result of this industry academia partnership which we have at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. A very unique industry university interaction project initiated by Shivaji University authorities relates to the MOU with Central Leather Research Institute, Chennai, for skill upgradation, development of men and women belonging family shop cobblers, tanners, hide traders, most of which belong to the members maybe from reserve category. Another object was this environmental benign processes should be given to the traders so the pollution can be reduced. And this MOU with CLRF was signed in 2005. And also Leather Industry Development Corporation of Maharashtra was partner in this particular project. In this project, Shivaji University authorities has gone beyond existing frontiers of industry-university interaction. It is also noted that beneficiaries of these training programs are not direct students of the university. They are actual members of the concerned families belonging to certain belt of the broader area, Kolhapur, Belgaum, Bijapur. This region is well known for its concentration of leather-related, process-related manufacturing activities, particularly in respect of leather footwear. In fact, Kolhapuri chappal is globally known for its unique qualities of comfort, beauty, variety, and durability. According to the baseline survey of leather industry in Kolhapur, conducted jointly by Shivaji University and CLRI, it is observed that in the leather industry even today, traditional tools are used. Average educational achievement level is below 9 standard, and the participation of women in the industry workshop is high as 70%. Another important thing is that location of the industry is widely spread in smaller packets of community in number of villages. It is thus evident from this university in restriction does not directly focus to the students of the university, but its efforts to bring together that agency of the university and expertise of a specific research institute to the benefit of large numbers of craftsmen belonging to leather industry in particular region in terms of strengthening up traditional skills, imparting new skills, the modern equipment, understanding of modern trading activities, and considering greater female participation in the workforce, high level of social backwardness of the community concerned, and the incidence of poverty in the community. It is very clear that industry-university interaction assumes a greater characteristics of social inclusiveness. So far, 5 batches have been sent CLRI Chennai for training. Shivaji University has many programs where educational activities tend to create inclusive capacity. And under this particular program, I'm very happy, we could train several Kolhapuri leather artisans in this area. They, with help of CLRI, we could provide new technology to the leather artisans, which was benign technology, so the pollution level was reduced. The another thing, we thought that this particular project, actually parliamentary committee got attention of this particular project. They visited and they immediately approved additional 5 crores. See, afterwards, there was a possibility, they said that immediately will support for central facility of their testing of leather goods on university campus. But you know, this is all these leather artisans, they have their various groups, and it could not material due to the bringing together all leather artisans was a very, very difficult task. But I tried when till my tenure as a vice chancellor, I tried very hard to have this effective collaboration. Now I would like to share at the end some my industry academia partnership at after Kolhapur. I was served as a director Institute of Science, Mumbai, where I was a professor of organic chemistry. And to my surprise, means I was not initially linked with the industry. I was interested only do research and publish the research in good journals. One day, somebody from came to my office and they said, we would like to have, you should serve as a consultant to a company in Khopoli. Name of the company was Innovasen. And I said, okay, why you have approached to me? They said, we have some contract from United States, and that particular contract is given, they have given the technology, but the manufacture is done in this particular company, Innovasen. And for that particular case, there are some problems, and always we have to contact US people. Instead of this, you should serve as a mentor to our workers or our technicians and tell where we are going wrong. Because when I was in US, that time somebody who was in our lab was also involved at that particular project in US. So they said, so my friend is there in India, why you are not taking him as a consultant? I was very happy. It's good that at least some academic work can be useful for industry. And I'm very happy that time they offered me very good consultancy offer. They said, once a week, one Sunday you should come to the industry. And that time they offered, and I was 2 years I was there as a consultant. They used to offer only one Sunday I have to go, and they used to pay around 30,000 rupees. And so my students also could get benefited. Institute in additional, they used to pay institute for whatever services are required. So our instruments used to used by that particular industry, and this collaboration was flourished. Our students could get benefit of that particular collaboration. Industry also could get, because some simple problems they used to have, and the problems are solved at our level, and I'm happy to be a part of this. In Dr. Ashok Bansal presentation, third part, third dimension, there is a one paper in current science. And current science, they have calculated various indexes. Why Indian Institute, this industry academia partnership doesn't work the way in which it is working in Korea, in Japan, in America. So they have calculated the activity, and they said this activity index tells in that particular paper that we have less government involvement is also equally required. So they have calculated all industries, the university industry interaction, industry government interaction, industry university interaction. All these indices clearly tells about this particular, how the collaboration should go ahead. And it is a very detailed paper published in the current science, the how one should go ahead with this particular partnership. I'm really happy that today you are going to felicitate Dr. A.B. Rao, who has been associated with Bharati Vidyapit. I am really happy to join this particular program, as A.B. Rao is felicitated, and I'm very happy. And at the end, I thank you all for giving me opportunity to be a part of this particular seminar, which is Corporate Executive Series. Thank you all. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir, for being with us and delivering your keynote address. You are a true example of motivation to all of us. Today, we have been blessed with the presence of management guru, Dr. A.B. Rao, who has enriched the education industry through his enormous contribution. Dr. A.B. Rao is MA, LLB, PhD, and MIMA. He is a research scholar, academician, and administrator. He is an academic advisor to Mahatma Education Society's Institute of Management at Panvel. He worked as director of reputed organizations like Bharati Vidyapit's Institute of Management, Mahatma Education Society's Pillai Institute of Management for more than a decade. He has worked in various capacities of educational institutes like professor and head of the Department of Statistics and Mathematics at BM College of Commerce, member of Academic Council of University of Pune. He is also a research guide of Symbiosis International University, Bharati Vidyapit University, and Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik. He has so far guided more than 40 students for their PhD in management and commerce. He has also guided 78 MPhil students in management and commerce. He is a well-known author of more than 20 textbooks on quantitative techniques, operations research, business statistics, business mathematics, business ethics, and professional values, etc. He participated in many national and international conferences. He received many awards, rewards, citations, and gold medals for his scholarly achievements. He is a fellow of the Deccan Education Society, Pune, and a life member of the All India Management Association, New Delhi, Indian Institute of Public Administration, New Delhi, the National Institute of Personnel Management, Kolkata. He was nominated as International Man of the Year in the year 1997 by the Cambridge Biographical Society, UK. In the year 2006, he was honored by the Dean and the Senior Professor of Miller College of Business, Ball State University, Munich, Indiana, USA. It is indeed a great pleasure to felicitate the legendary guru of management education, Dr. A.B. Rao, for his invaluable contribution to education industry. He has devoted his entire life and career for spreading his knowledge and wisdom to countless students, faculty members, and professionals. Now, I would like to request Dr. M.M. Salunkhe, VC Bharati Vidyapit deemed to be University Pune, to felicitate legendary management guru Dr. A.B. Rao. This lockdown and online mode has taught us many creative ways of accomplishing otherwise seemingly impossible things. We have tried a small attempt to prepare a virtual felicitation with the help of presentation here. Please allow us to try it and please enjoy the feel of it. Ravi sir. So we have tried a bit to show virtually that the felicitation is being done by Dr. M.M. Salunkhe. And we hope that Dr. A.B. Rao must have felt like he is actually receiving the bouquet in the honor. Thank you, sir. Though we have not intimated Dr. A.B. Rao to speak at this juncture, we would still like to request him to address us for at least a couple of minutes. Dr. A.B. Rao, sir.
May I speak, please? Well, appreciating the kind gesture of felicitation, I'm very grateful to all the organizers of this forum. This forum is well known, is getting well known for cementing the differences, if at all, that exist between the industry and the academia. To be very frank with you all, I would like to only point out that the initiative taken by the forum is laudable. And we also appreciate the objectives that have been spelled out by Dr. Bansali, and Dr. Vishal has already given us an idea as to why the forum has been constituted. Apart from this, I would like to appreciate with gratitude my well-known philosopher and friend, Dr. Salunkhe, for the way he has expressed various aspects in an enlightened manner. And those are words which are worth listening carefully. And whatever the projects he has taken also, he has initiated also earlier as an administrator and as vice chancellor of the university are also very laudable. Apart from this, I would like to say that the balance to be held between the industry and the academia, that balance should be appropriately appreciated by one and all, nationally as well as internationally. So the beneficiaries on both sides are the students and also the products. The product should be of qualitative nature brought about by the industry, and the students should be distinguished personalities with knowledge of management principles and pragmatic approach to management solutions to various problems of management in industry. Well, with these few words, I would like to appreciate and again thank the forum for the initiative taken for organizing this particular talk and forum activity. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Today, we have with us CA Subi Balasubramaniam. Sir is Pragmatic Chief Financial Officer with over 35 years of experience in corporate sector in finance, commercial, legal, and taxation functions. Sir has done BCom from St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, a CA Accounting, Tax and Audit from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and ICWA from the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Sir was previously associated with India Polyfibers Limited as Senior Manager Finance, General Manager Finance with Harrison's Malayalam Limited, Vice President Finance with RPG Life Sciences Limited. Sir is an Executive Vice President and CFO at Zensar Technologies, where he heads the finance function of global software company with responsibility for accounting, commercial, legal, and secretarial functions, etc. Sir will give us industry insights on the topic, how to future-proof your work. Mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and push in the right direction. Sir is also a business consultant and mentor for all of us. Sir, it's a great pleasure to have you with us today as the chief guest of this function. Now I request sir to guide our audience today.
Morning, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir, very much.
All right. Respected Dr. M.M. Salunke, Dr. A.B. Rao, Dr. Vishal, and my fellow Zavarian CA Ashok Bansali. Thank you for this opportunity of having me here and listening to me. And in this 20-25 minutes that you have given me, I'll try my level best to kind of condense, pour the ocean into the cup as how you future-proof your career. We all aspire for education, and end of the day, education is to give us a job or give us a career where we make some meaningful contribution to society. And in the process, learn, grow, and be successful. The concept of success varies from person to person, but generally we are all aware that success means enlarging our own growth, our own impression that we live on society and on the people to whom we come in contact with. By and large, depending on the age that you enter, everybody has 30 to 35 years of active professional career with them. In this 30-35 years, ever since you live final higher education and finally you kind of retire, India, of course, has a much earlier retirement age of 58, which perhaps is 60, but then you still carry on contributing to society in your own way. There are certain specific traits that one has to develop to be successful. So today I will kind of try to kind of give you what are those traits that we in the industry are looking from students, looking from young managers, looking from middle-level managers, and what if you kind of develop all these, you would be very successful and you will be in great demand. The gone are the days, as I said, when you work for just one employer. Today, it is generally given for granted that you'll work for 5 or 6 employers because we've already moved, if you look into the latest budget, from a socialist controlled economy to a free market capital economy, where employers will be given the choice to hire the best talent, and you as an employee will be able to move from employer to employer and thereby find expression for your own talent. In such a situation, you'll always wonder, what are the qualities that you require to be successful? So I'm giving you 7 specific points that you keep in mind, and you can reflect on that to make yourself successful. If you follow all these 7, it takes time. It's not going to happen tomorrow morning, but if you're just conscious about these 7, I guarantee you that you will be a better individual and you will therefore find better expression of your own self as an individual and growth for yourself. Typically, we really look at where does success come from. Success generally comes from 3 factors. 1 is inheritance, 2 is education, and the 3rd one is migration. What is inheritance? Typically, people understand inheritance as some kind of a financial wealth. No. Inheritance is what are your inherent qualities of intelligence, your inherent personal qualities that you have developed and you are continuing to develop. Some of which, of course, comes from the family, some of which comes translated from your early teachers and or your current teachers in your college who have imbibed in you that moral sense of what education is all contributing. We are finished products of our own education, of our own college, of our own institutions, and of the teachings that we have received from our learned teachers and our parents. That's inheritance. Education, of course, is a very specific subject matter expertise in whatever we specialize in. These two, by and large, kind of come to a point when you are 25, 26, 23, mid-20s. The third one, which perhaps is generally overlooked, and to me, that is the first point that you must remember, is migration. Your ability to go where the opportunities are rather than wait for opportunities to come wherever you are will contribute to your success. Tomorrow, if you have a job opening or a great career opening in the northeast part of India, you should not think twice. Your ability to migrate, all successful people would have migrated from wherever they are because career opportunities beckon them. Most people are reluctant to even move from, say, from Kothurud to maybe Swargate. Those generation is gone. Or from, say, Pune to Kolhapur. This is partly the mindset that we need to get over. Wherever there's an opportunity, your ability to migrate will determine success, because when career opportunities come, as they say, an opportunity comes once, and if you miss it, you have missed it forever. That's the first one. Be ready to move whenever there's opportunity. That is your ability to be mobile. Mobility is very, very critical. The second one, which of course Dr. Vishal had kind of alluded to and said specifically, and perhaps the theme of industry academia, is collaboration. Now, everybody talks collaboration without really understanding and explaining what it is. Let me give you my view. From the age of 3 or even KG, nursery, class 1, you are taught to compete. You have to be better than the neighbor's kid. You have to be better than your brothers, sisters, cousin brothers. You always need to be better, to a point where subconsciously you want to be better. You always want to be better. You're competing with your class. You're competing with your peer group. And therefore, your skills of collaboration exist only in theory. As and when you get into career and in kind, your ability to collaborate with others will mean seeing other people's point of view, see how you can help others, truly get into the spirit of collaboration by reaching out when somebody seeks your help. It's a quality that not many people have. It's developed over a period of time. And the more you give, the more it comes back. So that is the second one. First one is mobility. The second one is collaboration. The third one, your education doesn't stop after you've got your subject matter expertise. It's continuous education. Today, because we live in a digital age, our access to information is awesome. Our ability to synthesize knowledge and learn by ourselves is plentiful. Of course, you need to know a little bit of English and understand, but it is also available in vernacular. But the globe world is at your feet as long as you can access that knowledge, constantly improve yourself, and learn continuously. That is the third one. First is mobility, second is collaboration, third is mobility. The fourth one, which is again not taught in schools, but one generally has to pick up, but you can have to consciously spend. To be successful, you have to be very successful in relationship management. What is relationship management? You are, whether you like it or not, working with people. People will be the cause for your success. You must know, therefore, how you develop professional relationships with your colleagues, with your peers, with your superiors, and with your subordinates, to a point where you are able to have a relationship which grows on each other. Life is nothing but relationships between the family, the professional scene, and the social scene. Relationship management, unfortunately, is not taught. It's a vast subject by itself. And most successful people, you'll realize, have excellent relationship with their peers, their superiors, and their subordinates. Extremely important to understand that. The fifth one, which I stress, and today is a growing importance, You may be very good in collaboration, you may be excellent in relationship management, but the most crucial aspect which people forget is fitness. As you grow senior, as you grow up in your career, you will realize that your energy levels will depend on the level of fitness that you have. You may have to travel widely across, both by road and by train, or sometimes by air. And your days will not be 24 hours, but at least 18 hours, 16 hours, 14 hours as you grow up and up. No senior professional that I know who doesn't work for 12 to 14 hours. Their ability to focus, their ability to spend long hours, their ability to still come fresh for the next day will depend on their fitness level. Now, when I mean fitness, it is not only physical fitness, it's also emotional fitness and your ability to kind of follow cross all the I's and dot all the T's. That means right kind of sleep, the right kind of food, to avoid any fast food, drink a lot of water, avoid any kind of substance abuse. Fitness is what makes people very successful and enduring over a long period of time. We don't give it so much importance, we just take it for granted. And if at all there's one thing which this COVID has taught us, is that being fit has a premium. So I spoke to you about continuous education, I spoke to you about collaboration, I spoke to you about mobility, I spoke to you about fitness. Let me kind of give you the sixth one, which is essentially grit, determination. You will find in your career spread that not everything going your way. You find that you have highs and lows. It happens to everybody in everybody's life. You will get bypassed in a promotion, or somebody else will, you feel that you've got kind of shortchanged. But your ability to stick on, your determination to be focused on your goals is what will make the difference in the longer run. Grit, determination is the sixth quality that you need to develop. As long as you develop these two, these specifically, some people are very tough inside. They have a tremendous determination to succeed despite the odds. Some people give up very early. So the sixth quality is determination. The last one, which is perhaps most crucial than all the other six, is to find a right mentor. It's not possible for you to solve all your problems. Those problems could be 360 degrees. It could be on a relationship basis. It could be professional basis. You always need somebody with whom you can consult, who will be able to guide you, who will not be able to judge, who will not be judging you, but being there to guide you and take you through this path of extreme difficulties in your career management. When you have all these seven, believe me, any employer will keep you forever, if possible, to ensure that you keep on contributing, that you keep on doing well in life. And as a process, more and more success follows. Lots of doors keep opening. This is what I had to share short in that 20-25 minutes that I had. If there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to take it. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. If anybody has any questions, please type them in the chat box. We'll definitely take them up. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us today, and thanks for your words of wisdom. It was a very nice, very crisp, but very nice address. Today, we have with us a very well acquainted personality, Dr. Satish Marathe. Dr. Marathe has over 36 years of experience in the field of education and presently associated with Bharati Vidyapit Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development as visiting faculty. Sir has done MA Economics from Pune University, BSc Statistics from Shivaji University, MD BA Marketing from IMDR, and PhD in Management from Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit Pune. Learning new things represent the growth mindset. Sir believes in continuous learning and preaches that one shouldn't stop learning at all. He worked as associate professor at Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapit Pune. He has worked as a registrar and visiting faculty in several institutes in Pune and Mumbai. He also has a keen interest in teaching with focus on macro and microeconomics. He has also worked as a corporate trainer and has been a part of the humanist movement. Sir has published many research papers in journals of repute. Sir has also presented his opinions on live television shows like Modern Management Methods and Union Budget 2013. With these words, I invite Dr. Satish Marathe for concluding remarks and proposing vote of thanks of today's function.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal. Am I audible? Am I audible, Dr. Vishal?
Yes, sir, very much.
Yes. So, Honorable Dr. A.B. Rao, central figure of today's function, respected Dr. M.M. Salunke, Vice Chancellor, Deemed University, Bharati Vidyapith, and our most valued guest, C.A. Subramanian. We have listened to them, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. One quote, feeling gratitude are not expressing. It is like wrapping present and not giving it. I repeat it, feeling gratitude and not expressing. It is like wrapping a present and not giving it. I, on behalf of Forum of Industries and Institutes and the entire team of DPU DYPIMR Pimpri, let me call it fraternity of industries and institutes here together, and on my behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for gracing this occasion and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. If I have to give a small example regarding the review of the today's speech, it is only I wish to refer Dr. Salunke's example of Kolhapuri chappals, how this amalgamation of industry and academic has come into reality, how it is practically happening in real life situation. And I am also grateful to C.A. Subramanian for giving important thoughts related to the personality development and success in your career. The point which touched my mind is a health. Health should be the number one point as far as executive career is concerned. With these small words, I take this opportunity to give special thanks to Dr. Vishal of DYPIMR and his team for making this event possible. Thank you. I hand over it to Dr. Vishal.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, if the time permits, CA Subramaniam, sir, if the time permits, we have got a couple of questions from the audience. Can we take them up?
You're on mute,
Please
sir.
go ahead. Please go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the first question is, how can we know who is the right mentor for us? This has been asked by Tanuja Bidkar.
Well, I think it's a very valid question. I appreciate that because this concept of mentoring is pretty new to us. Mentoring, coaching is very new to us. We kind of taken this from the Western societies. But today, if you go to LinkedIn or go to any of the social media forums, you'll find people who are very professional mentors. The other way is to find somebody within your family circle or within somebody, your own professors or teachers who can guide you from their circle of influencers as to who is the right person who can guide you. I don't want to advertise for myself on your show, but I keep helping whoever gets in touch with me or kind of help my own fraternity of people who are from my college or from my own circle when they reach out to me, whether it's professional or whether it's semi-professional. There is no specific as to where you will get it from. But as I always say, seek and then you shall find.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So we have got the second question from Chintamani.
Yeah.
The question is, what should be our target as a finance freak student?
I didn't get what student. I also saw. I didn't understand.
Finance specialization student. he must be a first year or second year student of finance specialization, and he wants to know, like, as a student of finance specialization, what targets, what the career objectives he can set for himself.
See, finance is such a vast field that your career objective should also relate to where your economy is. India is vastly underbanked and underinsured. Banking and insurance are the two areas which is screaming for good quality talent. So your ability to understand the business economics of banking, insurance, how banks work, what are the basic problems, where exactly is it heading? Banking is heading in a digital direction, and it's also heading towards a fair amount of, it is the number one topic today, privatization of banks and credit creation, and how exactly would credit kind of evolve away from the traditional banking to digital banking, and in small banks. So it's a vast topic, but banking and insurance is what I would say you specialize in rather than corporates. But if your interest is to corporates, then or equity research, or in understanding markets. Finance is vast, and the best part of finance is that it constantly is changing. I mean, even though I teach in the CA Institute, I do mentor a lot of CA students. I told them, look, if I sit for the exam, I'm surely failing, because what I studied in 1983, I may not be able to pass your exam, but definitely I'll be able to kind of hold on to you as far as the knowledge is concerned, because learning happens always by doing. I mean, they say learning happens by listening, learning happens by reading, but true learning happens when you are able to read, listen, and then actually do. So as a CFO for more than 22 years, I can tell them that, look, unless you do it, you won't learn. So one of the other aspects is try to do. If you want to do equity research, start analyzing balance sheets from now. If you want to do banking, start studying about banking, get in touch with some professional banker or some of these small banks, do your summer training there, or do an internship with some of those bankers. They are also looking for young talent. Try and sell some banking products. All learning happens by doing, period.
Thank you, sir. Got it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best, Chintamani.
The last question is by Saurabh. He asked, is there any scope for operations management?
Yes. There's only your ability of handling operations, again, comes from doing. I mean, your ability to kind of being hands-on, getting your hands dirty, and getting to whether it's a shop floor or logistics or in running things. It's a vast open area, but you should be people oriented. If you are more of a research oriented, you should not go near operations. For being operations oriented, you should be a problem solver, and you should be a good people manager. And most important, you should be willing to get your hands-on, as they say it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So by the time you took this question, there is another interesting.
Feel free. I'm open. It's only that Ashok told me that, look, I'm giving you exactly 25 minutes. Don't expect.
Subi sir, Ashok here. That was just the formal thing, and Vishal is in charge, and there are a lot of students who are going to value from you, and I really thank you for coming here. And my special interest is also that he's my alumni from college.
Yes. Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Vishal.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Vishal Vajekar, we are grateful to you.
Thank you,
we
sir.
never thought this would be such a successful event.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
I'm grateful. I must see you. I must see you.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Yeah. So coming to the very interesting question posted by Akash Salanke, he asked, stability is what everyone looks at. How do we know that better opportunities are elsewhere while trying to grow in the same organization?
See, it's a very good question. I worked 33 years in the same employer, RPG Group, wherever. But I was successful because whenever an opening came, I was very comfortable in Calcutta. But they said, look, this is, you have an opening in Lucknow. When I went to Lucknow, I said, oh, welcome to Lucknow. Our opening is 36 kilometers from Lucknow in a place called Barabanki. So I went there. I mean, I said, look, I'm going to take, because some mentor told me, look, it's only when you swim against the current, you will be strong. So I was very blessed that I got some very good seniors who gave me the advantage. From Lucknow, I came to Cochin. They said, look, you're from the south. I said, look, I grew up in Bihar and Bengal. Only my name is Subramaniam. I'm more a Bengali than and a Bihari. So here I was in Kerala, the most difficult place to work, with unions all over the place. But opportunities come, you go. And then from Cochin, I came to Bombay. I said, okay, this is the final place. A financial professional's ultimate goal, dream is to work in Bombay, in RPG headquarters. Then my chairman came and said, look, I want you to go to Pune. And I never thought that Pune would be existed in my geography. But here I am for 12 years. And Marathi bolan shakat nahi. Wherever, I mean, you have to challenge. See, that my father's days and my days are over. Today, you have to constantly be looking for change, which we may not. And I always say, who says change has to be for the better? Change can be for the worse, but you have to make it better with your own skills. Your ability to handle change is your own. You can go into any difficult situation if you have the confidence and make it come across. So just to give you a context, in all my jobs, I've gone into most difficult places where nobody wants to go. People say, oh, Bala pagal hai. So I said, no, I will go and change it. And I was very successful because I was able to do with my confidence. So my advice to all youngsters is, avoid your comfort zone, take all the challenges. There's nothing called stability. You think you're stable, ask people who are stable. They're constantly restless and insecure. It is when you go and attack change with boldness and courage. I always say, leap and the net will extend. You'll be very surprised when you take challenges, unseen hands come and help you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, sir.
Thank you, Bala.
Yeah. There was another question by enthusiast Chintamani, which is very thankfully answered by C. Ashok Bansal in the chat section itself. CS Subi Balasubramaniam sir, we are very thankful to you that so patiently you took up all the questions, you answered all of them. Though Dr. Satish Marathi has expressed formal vote of thanks, I would also like to take some opportunity to additionally thank all the faculty and staff members of DYPIMR for their help in making today's event very successful. I must mention a few very special names, okay, though their contribution was enormous in arranging today's function. Okay, they are my colleagues, Dr. Priyanka Dhot, Professor Sushil Kumar Kulkarni, Professor Swati Narkhede, and Mr. Ravi Batle. There was also one student who worked very relentlessly till midnight last night. His name is Mr. Aditya Owar. I must also express thanks to him. A very special mention must be also done to Director of DYPIMR, Dr. Meghna Bilare, for her help and cooperation in being associated with F.I.I. on real short-term notice. A good event never ends. It takes only a pause and keeps us waiting for the next better one. So we take a pause here and wait for the next F.I.I. event in Corporate Executive Series. Thank you very much, everybody, for attending today's function.
Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal, for the great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashok, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, Subbu. Great input. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Subi sir, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.